There's too much to explain when it comes to psychoanalysis. It's literally so much to explain. Like, I didn't talk to you about how this fits within the world of meaning and language and signifiers and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to say this to try and simplify it, okay? We don't have to go through psychoanalytic theory. We're just going to simplify it, okay? This so-called community of children accomplishes something called foreclosure of the signifier. And in the foreclosure of the signifier, what it means is basically what it sounds like. You foreclose the voice of the Father, the name of the Father, and the master signifier, this presence, this castrative presence, you foreclose it. You shut it off, right? And the specific mechanism by which foreclosure happens is by identifying in the name of the Father and in the phallus and in the master signifier some kind of imaginary form. So when you reduce the master signifier, let's say, for example, foreclosure is psychosis. It's the quintessential structure of this psyche. A psychotic or a schizophrenic is understood through the mechanism, through the process of foreclosure for Lacan. Because the master signifier is reduced to being some kind of imaginary form. Okay? The name of the Father is not recognized as like something that is capable of castrating or jouissance, but something that's similar to the mother, right? It's just an imaginary presence that fails. So the name of the Father for the communists in America is what? This is so important, guys. Can you please sit the fuck down and listen? They have foreclosed the name of the Father, the communists in United States and Canada, as what? The conspiracy of capitalism and patriarchy and imperialism and racism and misogyny and transphobia and homophobia and bigotry. They have reduced this name of the Father to a bunch of like conspiracies, basically, right? So there's no name of the Father. Name of Father is always already defined with a set of intentions and subjectivity that is immediately transparent to the object. They think they know the Father, the name of the Father, because the Father is what? Imperialist, racist, sexist, transphobic, imperialist, indigenous phobic. What do they say? Whatever, right? The reason patriotic communism has struck such a nerve is because we represent embrace of the name of the Father and the master signifier in psychoanalytic terms. This is too high level for you guys. I swear to God, it's too high level. This is way too deep for you guys to fucking understand. And it's actually sad. This is like so high level shit. Okay. I feel bad for a lot of people, right? Who don't get it. But anyway, I'm going to just explain this to you in very practical, concrete terms. What then is communism for these people? Is communism a new signifier? No. Communism for them specifically is the structure of this. It's the imaginary form of this foreclosure. Communism is some kind of like Peter Pan that came from the netherworld. It's quite terrifying, actually. Communism is like this Peter Pan that came to them and said, oh, your father's mistreating you, your family's mistreating you, your country's mistreating you, then join with me and I will take you. Some kind of musical begins, basically. And you get to go to Netherland. And that's what communism represents for them. So this is all Peter Pan coming to rescue the scorned child and take them to Netherland. That's what this photo represents. Effectively. That's it's Harry Potter. What happened in Harry Potter? This boy, Harry Potter, he lived in the stairs. And he has a big fat father, big fat guy. He's like, and he used to slap him around and shit and throw him, just beat him up and stuff. And he got out the belt and shit. He made him live in the stairs. And Harry Potter, oh, this poor boy, he's always persecuted. Dad is mean to me. Mom is mean to me. So what happened? Dumbledore descended from the sky, and I will take you to Hogwarts. Na 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 na, magical. And this is the specific form of foreclosure. This is a specific form of psychosis. Foreclosure of the name of the Father. Foreclosure of the name of the Father. That's Harry Potter, right? You're a wizard, Harry. You're special in some kind of way. Replace this, Dumbledore. You're special. You join us to Netherland, and you could. This is horrible, horrible, horrifying psychosis. Horrifying psychosis. Communism represents an alien force, benevolent alien force. Benevolent alien force. Why must it be alien? Because if it's proximate, it's going to reintroduce you to the your Oedipal confrontation, right? So it has to be an alien abduction. It's almost like aliens abduct you, but they're benevolent, and that's what these people represent communism as: a benevolent alien abduction. Of course, every parent knows there is no such thing as a benevolent abduction. If you get abducted by aliens, you're gonna get probed. Now, you know my favorite, good movie, progressive movie is Pinocchio. Pinocchio is a good movie because Pinocchio teaches you this. You learn this in Pinocchio. You want an alien abduction to free you? Well, then you're gonna go to that island, you get turned into a donkey, and that island, by the way, is a metaphor for pedophilia. You're gonna get abused. And your parents warn you about that shit. Don't trust strangers. Don't trust alien abductions because they're going to use you for something. Nothing in this life is free. Nothing in this life is free. You understand? So we stand by the movie Pinocchio against Peter Pan and against Harry Potter. Because no one can replace your Oedipal confrontation. You must, like DSA is another fucking Hogwarts DSA but notice in this parable of the foreclosure of the signifier, it's never just children. There's always some old pedo too. Dumbledore is here. Some force of legitimation. That's super. It's like a grandfather force, an old guy. And unfortunately, they have blasphemed Marx as this. They have blasphemed Mao as this. Marx and Mao specifically. They see Mao as this Dumbledore guy. They see Mao the same way. Bernie's the perfect example. Bernie's the perfect. Hey guys, it's me, Bernie Sanders. Get on my candy truck. Get in my van. I got some free candy for you. It's me, Bernie Sanders. I got free candy. Would you trust that? That's weird. I don't trust that. I don't trust that shit. You shouldn't trust it either. His name is Bernie, okay? What else do you need to... It's weird. I'm sorry, but his name is Bernie. Now, I was behind Bernie's movement in 2016, but I didn't like that Bernie Sanders had to be the leader of it. I didn't like that his name was Bernie. It's weird. Why is his name Bernie? He could have had any other name, but he has the name of like some kind of... It reminds me of like Barney the dinosaur. Barney the dinosaur is actually the symbol of American communism right now. I love you, you love me. Leave your father and come with me and get in my van, 'cause I'm taking you to church. Liberation will come on earth. I can promise treats and candy. Barney loves you and your father doesn't, and I will take you. You will join with me all the children happily. That's what it is. That's what it is. Tell me I'm wrong. That's what it is. That's what this shit is. That's what all these people calling themselves Maoists, they're all young Zoomers getting groomed in Discords. They're all young people in Discords getting groomed. Hee, we're all children. You know what it reminds me of? It's all children running around in their diaper. And they're trolling and shit. But at the end of the day, we're all children. This is no place for children. And that's why they have the so-called equality between genders and all between sexualities and all this shit, you know? Because they're children. When you're a child, none of that even matters. You haven't actually accomplished some kind of real equality between men and women. That's something only adult men, adult women can accomplish. Leftists have not accomplished this in the United States. They have adolescentized, infantilized, and deprived themselves, I should say, of their adult sexuation. They deprive you of your manhood. They deprive you of your womanhood, and you become a child who's on Bernie Sanders' candy train. And that's pedo shit. I'm sorry, but that's some pedo shit. That is complete pedo shit. No. Instead of this Barney the Dinosaur communism, we must have patriarchal communism. What is patriarchal communism? Patriarchal communism is communism rooted in the name of the father, rooted in the tradition, rooted in the sacred tradition even. Why do you think I have chosen the Communist Party USA of all parties? Because that is the patriarchal tradition. That's historical tradition. We must have our own prohibition. We must have our own new signifier, master signifier.
Napoleon_Bonaparte donated $5. Big agree on Bernie. I'm sick of people naming their children nicknames of what actual names are. Name your child Archibald, not Archie. Name your kid Amiro, not Ray. Name your kid Napoleon, not Leon.
I agree, because the name Bernie, I'm sorry, but if you name your child Bernie, that's honestly, yeah. That is brutal. Hold on. Some guy in my chat, he goes, Can we write that down somewhere? We need to fucking please, let's laminate that. Let's make it official. I don't know how to fucking do this. Bernie was Biden's child catcher. Holy shit. Holy shit. It was Biden. Bernie was Biden's child snatcher. I have to fucking make a thing of that because Bernie Sanders was Biden's child snatcher. We gotta, I'm making that official. That is so fucking true. This is what Bernie was. If you played this game, you would understand. This is exactly what Bernie was. That was Bernie. Look, I don't. My good friend Joe Biden. Oh, come here, young one. I got some candy for you. That's another one for Biden. Oh, you want some free healthcare, free education? Come on. Free healthcare, free education for everybody. Free healthcare and education for everybody. Let's go. Let's go. We're doing it. We're doing it. Oh, okay. Want some free pot? Got some free pot for you. Oh, gummies. Come here. Oh, just a little closer. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Another one for Biden. I mean, if you ever notice, isn't that kind of how like streamer communities are too? Hassan's community. What is it? It's a bunch of they have the small puppy, right? The little dog. And in a lot of cases it is actual children, like XQC's community. Hassan, same shit. His community is the same thing. Hey! It smells like cheese!